Matteo, it's beer o'clock time, mate.
Oh, cheers. All right, g'day guys. We got another beer o'clock review here for you today about the MSR Hubba Hubba two-person light tent.
I've already started, mate, but you better tell us what that is.
So this is
pretty good.
a b.effect Brewing Company beer from Wanaka. It is the Flying Start Bright IPA.
It is so good.
It's very easy to drink.
It's so nice.
Very tasty.
What I noticed on that can is it's actually 2 standard drinks in it, so it's actually quite a bit got a bit in there for that can. But tell you what, it tasted so good.
I'll try to remember the stats then of the tent while I'm drinking.
Oh, actually, we probably shouldn't have too much of this because it might be a bit harder later on. Well, we have MSR, Hubba Hubba, LT. This is a 2-person, right? Mm-hmm. You can get it in a 1-person as well, and you probably get it in a 3. Can you get it in a 3?
That I'm actually not sure.
We've definitely got the 1 and the 2. Anyway, MSR's been making tents for a very, very long time. And the Hubba Hubba, this particular model, has been around for a very, very long time as well. In fact, I have way back when they made the green flied version, a little bit heavier, and mine is still going strong. So they make a good product, and they've only just gotten lighter and lighter and lighter. Shall we run through the specs on this guy?
Yeah. So the old Hubba Hubba was a touch lighter, but what they've done with this one is they've basically made it a much more versatile, more comfortable tent. So they've increased the space, they've made it a lot more roomy with the space, and they've added a few additional features. One thing is they've done is they've changed the poles. So the poles used to be a carbon, and some people had issues with those breaking, so they've changed those to the alloy poles. So they're a lot stronger. And the weight difference over the whole tent is only about 30 grams or so. So it's really not much, and it's definitely worth the extra features. A few other things they've done with that is they've increased a bit of ventilation. So they've pulled the bucket floor up a bit. They've raised the fly, so you'll get a lot more ventilation through the tent, reducing condensation, which is always really nice. What else have they done?
So your actual square footprint of the tent has increased. So they've made it a bit more versatile. It has it's literally a rectangle floor. It's not tapered at all.
So if you look inside, you'll be able to see there's actually 2 wide, big wide mats inside there, fitting quite comfortably. Yeah.
So the idea is that you can fit 2 mats side by side with ease. And then if you went for different lengths, you actually can do them the other way around, which is quite convenient. So if maybe you're a family that has to take 2 mats, and then maybe you've got a kid that wants to come along, it just gives you a bit of flexibility in terms of how you can do it. But it's really nice to know that 2 larges fit without putting pressure on the sides. Now, it's obviously the bucket floor goes up a bit higher, so just bear in mind that if you're buying this as like your only tent, you're going to really feel the breeze because that ventilation comes straight through, which is great for on hotter days, but it is going to be one of those things you've got to be aware of.
Not a winter tent.
No, and now they have updated the zip here. So the previous model had a zip that went like this and then curved, and it did work. It worked really well, but you kind of had to be a bit careful with it. So this has made it as easy as they can. I mean, look how easy that is for Matteo.
Yeah, you can't even snag that if you tried.
No, exactly. So very, very good. They've changed how the fly goes onto the actual pole system. So before it used to go underneath, but now you can kind of see it, that little cutout just slots over. Super, super easy.
They've also changed this here as well. They've added a bit of a gutter.
Yeah, it just stops the
rain out.
Stops that rain from dripping over. So you've still got quite a bit of vegetable space. Now, remember the 2-person is a dual entrance, so you have entrance here. So super, super handy. You can obviously buy a footprint. So this is still pretty thin on the material because you're keeping things nice and lightweight, which is great if that's what you're trying to achieve, but you're going to make a compromise somewhere. So if you want a bit more grunt out of it, get a footprint. It'll up your waterproofing. It'll also up your durability. It will be a little bit extra weight you got to carry in your pack, but I reckon
it's a very lightweight tent. I mean, you're looking at a minimum weight of 1.36 and a packed weight of 1.54.
Yeah, it's pretty
So
good.
even with the footprint added to that, and even if you add extra guy lines, extra pegs, that sort of thing, it's still going to be a very, very lightweight tent.
Exactly. Now, I seem to remember that if you wanted to charge your phone or your tablet or something, maybe you take it with you, maybe you're in a TA and you want to have a tablet on you, which is normal. You have areas of storage inside, so you can kind of see there's like a mesh storage there, and then you'll have little eyelets for the cables to go through, and then
Yeah,
it does
washing line
come
as
with
well,
a clothesline as well, which to be honest we haven't got up. But then you've got lots of good storage up here. Oh, there a clothesline is. That's all built up. So the idea is to keep things nice and lightweight. Now the Hubba Hubba has always been well known for having really good headspace. So you've got high sides, got a really good top on it, and you've got a high ends as well. So essentially, if you're Matteo's height and you want to be able to sit up nice and, you know, upright in the tent, you can do that at the end of the tent, and it's not going to be an issue. You're not going to feel like you're hunched over.
Yeah, you're looking at a peak height of, what is it, about a metre?
Yeah.
Metre and 2 centimetres
Yeah, it's pretty
here, and
good.
it's like reasonably flat across the top, so it's not going to be like super tapered. You're going to feel like you have a lot of room throughout the entire inside of the tent.
Yeah, it's a really, really well designed tent. Essentially, what MSR have decided is, as Matteo said, if you carry a little more weight, your durability increases, but the lifespan of the tent lasts longer. Because if you go so thin, as much as it's amazing for carrying capacity and everything, it just doesn't quite last, especially in New Zealand conditions. So this guy here is a really good option to stick with. I think that's all the specs, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that just about covers it.
These are in store.
Yeah,
They got the 1 person, the 2 person.
maybe a 3 person.
We can set it up like this. Hop in it. Get your mats in. We can pull some mats in from the mat display. We can put it in. You can have a lie on it. See what it's really like. But this guy here is going to be, I think it's going to be a bit of a win for most people, to be honest.
It's going to be popular, that's for sure.
Awesome. All right.
Well, we'll
Thanks.
see you next time.
Thanks, guys.